How do I get up there? There's no way, right? I want to get up there so that I can, move down here and then to this place, but I don't understand. How do I do that? Any movie watchers here yet? Oh shit! Alright boys, what do we gather here to do today? What are your Elden Ring levels?
Level 32.
I am
Cringe.
level 41, I think.
Are we here to play Elden Ring?
No, we're here to watch Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Oh yeah, the movie that came out like 6 months ago in Japan, but only recently got localized. Because these anime movies are fucking awful and take too long to localize, and by the time that
It doesn't matter that it takes a while to localize, okay? If you just don't recognize that it's been released in Japan, then it doesn't matter how long it's been out. Because it's like, oh shit, it's out in America. It can be out in Japanese, but can you understand it? No. You can't read a damn thing. You can't understand.
Yeah, but there's English subs in Japanese localized places. They just decided not to port it over yet. Give me your final thoughts.
Alright, final thoughts. That was really good. Not quite what I expected. I thought it would be more of a Gojo prequel, and it wasn't that. But it was really good, and I want to see what they do with this character going forward.
Alright, cool. Now fuck off. Go. Yeah. You should eat it, Carrie.
I'll give you 2 bucks.
Do it.
Yeah, Panda took that away.
Shit, I mean, you can do it.
Final thoughts. You start first.
Yeah, I thought there would be more Gojo stuff, but I would say that, I am still pretty satisfied.
No?
Yeah.
Despite how many years have passed, nothing will ever top the animation of Fate.
Have you seen Demon Slayer?
Yeah, have you seen Demon Slayer?
I've watched 2 episodes of it and then got bored.
It gets good.
It's animated by the same people who did Fate, so.
Season 2.
Oh, okay. Nothing will ever top the Fate.
The Fate Studio. You photable. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, fucking popcorn. I thought the movie was great though.
Dude, this man sprinted.
Yeah, the movie was pretty great.
No, I didn't know
Oh
the
my
end that
God.
fun. I didn't read the manga either, so I don't know what's going on.
Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Hey guys, you're stuck on this camera right now because one of my friends took the other camera and still has not returned it, so you get the webcam. Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is a prequel of Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime, and it is not very friendly to people who have not seen the anime. Despite being a prequel, I thought that, jumping into it might stand on its own, and it doesn't really. It kind of does, but for the most part, there's a lot that you get from it by understanding and watching the main show. So if you've never watched Jujutsu Kaisen and decide to jump in on this movie, I'm telling you right now, probably not the best idea. Watch the main show first. But for a non-spoiler review of Jujutsu Kaisen 0, I'd say that this movie feels like a long episode. It's still an ongoing series, so ain't no way they're gonna do some weird-ass climax, final moment, high-stakes thing here. The stakes can only get as high as a typical episode, which is what this feels like. A long episode. And that's great, because I like Jujutsu Kaisen, the art style is great, the characters are cool, and the world is cool, and this just adds more to that. And that's what this movie is. To expand on a tangent I got into at the intro, anime movies have been popping up more and more, and anime movies specifically tied into shows. Before, this would usually be an anime movie that has no stakes. For example, any of the My Hero movies. They have no stakes, they're completely worthless, they're just entertainment. And then, here comes along Demon Slayer Mugen Train, which put an essential part of the plot into a movie and gave it a theatrical experience, which, in all fairness, is good and all, except, us international audience has to cope a little. Although if you weigh it here, it sucks as an international audience need to wait for 6 months for the movie to actually get localized in American theaters, and then if you want to watch it on Blu-ray, that's an additional probably 3 months from that. So from the actual release of the movie in Japan to when it comes out in Blu-ray, that's a whole 9-month gap. A lot can happen in 9 months. I experienced this with Fate Grand Order Camelot movies, and that was just not a good time, needing to wait for that to be localized, especially because it wasn't coming to theaters. And that took a long, long time. The same thing I had to wait for the Violet Evergarden movie, but yeah, it's just knowing the movie is there and needing to wait for a bit longer for it to come out, even though I know the product is there, just can kind of feel infuriating. But nevertheless, I think the theatrical experience, in some cases, is worth it. This movie, does it have to be seen in a theater? I don't know. I don't think it's quite theatrical worthy as much as it would be. It just feels like a regular episode. There wasn't moments of it that's like, wow, okay, I see why this is a movie now. It's just a regular episode in the theaters. It could have been just an extended OVA. But no, it was turned into a theatrical event. Anyways, this tangent has gone on far long enough, and I think I might come back and talk about this at the end of the video. But for now, let's talk about Jujutsu Kaisen movie. It's okay. I mean, if you like Jujutsu Kaisen, then yeah, sure, go watch this. Is it worth a theatrical experience? I would say no, but also I'm also impatient and I want to see it. So that's why I bought the ticket and went to theater. I think it's an experience that you can also enjoy at home. Maybe wait for it to get localized as Blu-ray and watch it what that means. But yeah, I say that this movie is a solid 70%. It's a good episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. To be honest, unfairly came in here not watching any of the promotional material, expecting this to be a Gojo prequel. However, it was not. So that was kind of my fault. And I should not factor that into my review, but I would say that that does factor into my biases in this review, just for viewers to be aware. All right, now on to the spoiler section. Yeah, I really like all the modern day second year characters in this movie. Those characters, for the most part, I think have been underutilized in the main series season 1, and seeing them shine a bit more in season 2 was definitely great. It's just nice to see these characters realized. Our main protagonist, Yuta, was a surprise to me, and his place in the universe with all of the sorcery power that he has is very interesting, to say the least. He shifts up the power dynamic. He shifts up the power dynamic of this world greatly, and I want to see how he factors into the show at later dates. Season 2, maybe? I do think that the main villain showing up in the middle of the movie, I think that was a good 30, 40, 50 minutes in, was a little concerning, at least for first-time viewers who don't know who he is. Me, seeing the series all the way back, I even was like, wait, who is that guy again? Oh, yeah, that dude. Seeing his connection with Gojo and, seeing a bit of their past gave me a picture of a movie or an arc that I'm very excited for in the future. And Yuta factoring into this, he doesn't quite factor into that side of things, but in a way, this entire movie is his backstory. There are things happening around him, things that might be confusing to outside viewers who have not seen the first season, but at the core of it, if someone has to take something away, that's the main character, Yuta, and his arc throughout this movie. And I think he is a good character. I don't think he's outstanding in any way, but hey, his sword fighting is cool. He has his relationship with Rika, which is interesting. I've seen a lot of these faded romance type movies before, and I don't think this adds anything new to it, but it's still cool. It is just Jujutsu Kaisen, which is always something that's so perfectly honed and consistent, but I don't think it quite has that X factor in any particular way to make it into one of my favorites of all time. But hey, it was a good time with friends, what can I say? Now then, I want to circle back to my tangent earlier about anime movies in general. Something that I've been thinking about for the past few weeks and I've been coping with is the inevitable Attack on Titan final season movie, which who knows how long that's going to take to localize. Who knows how much longer I'll have to dodge spoilers, because I've been dodging spoilers left and right from the manga, and I just wanted it to end. But as the second part is looking, they're either going to make a part 3, which is going to take some time, or they're going to make a movie, which is also going to take some time, but more time here than I'd like. Still, though, I think in that case, even though I am hard coping that, man, I can't believe I have to wait even longer to see the end of this, I think it's very interesting in the way that it seems like a theatrical worthy experience. This is the Avengers Endgame of, This is the capstone of this entire series, the ending of the series. And I think showing it in theaters is, well, good. That's what it's for. I think having a final movie, a final act in the theatrical experience is a very worthwhile decision, because that's what you have to see them as. It's an experience going to the theater. It's an event. Nowadays, you can consume good art anywhere else, but there's something about that energy with all those people in the stadium together, this theater culture that you just don't get alone. And I think movies like that end things off is, well, the type of thing that's really worth watching. Because in that moment, you're sitting in a room full of people who've gone on the same journey as you, watched every step through, and want to see the end eagerly. And just that same energy is unparalleled. And that's why I do like the movie theater. But also, fucking hell, it's gonna take forever to release. I am mad. Copium. That was me using an inhaler, by the way, if it wasn't. I look really stupid. But anyways, that's my thoughts on JJK 0. I know, sorry, it's a very muted review. That's just what I think about this movie. It's an okay movie that is cool. So yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.